Okay, so arguments as to why men shouldn't hit women and their counters. I shall now give some of the most standard issue arguments as to why you, a male, should in effect suck up an assault from a woman and their counters to show why those arguments make no sense and are null and void. Here we go. 1. You just don't / that's just the way it is, etc. Okay, saying just anything isn't a valid reason as to why a male can't physically defend himself from assault from a female. There is only one thing that just is, and that's God. Nature just is because of how God set down that which is known to the entities calling themselves human beings as natural laws. There is no law of God or nature that says this has to be this way. And by this way I mean men don't hit women. There's no law of God or nature that says this has to be this way. For anyone that's going to throw the Bible at me, the Bible says, and I'm not quoting the exact verse here, but I mean, stay with me here. The Bible never said throw the Bible at me. The Bible never said that males can't or even shouldn't physically defend themselves from females. It clearly said that husbands shouldn't be quick to anger with their wives. It wasn't talking about random male and random female on the street. Big difference. Much like all of what the Bible says and means versus what people, theists and atheists, think and believe it means. Argument number 2. You have to understand they're emotional and etc. Stuff like that. First, I don't have to understand anything. What women, as well as anyone coming with this argument, need to understand is that if women can't control their emotions enough when upset by whatever, within reason, obviously, being reasonable with that, within reason, then they shouldn't be allowed to leave a cage. No one is obligated to make sure women's emotions aren't destabilized. That is something that men have to do single-handedly, day in and day out. If this argument is going to hold, then I can make an airtight argument, at least one. I can make more, but at least one. Camera is up here. Jesus. As to why men should be allowed to physically rape women and it be 100% legal under all national and international law because of the emotional churning up of women caused in men by dressing and acting sexually provocative / sexually suggestive. So yeah, that argument doesn't work, and it's clear to see why. 3. You're bigger and stronger than her. Than them, actually. Than them. 3. You're bigger and stronger than them. Okay. First, this isn't always true. There are men, not including midgets. Anyone that knows me knows I am not politically correct. Who aren't as big, much less bigger in height and or weight as some women. For those that are, I say, so. My being bigger and stronger than her wasn't a deterrent from her assaulting me. Why should it be a repellent from me beating her so as to guarantee that A, she won't attack me again, B, when I turn my back to leave, she won't attack me from behind. This argument is especially null and void in today's day and age due to the fact that more and more women are going to the gym, though not enough from what I am seeing both online, such as Plenty of Fish and OkCupid, as well as offline. Many more are learning this whole mixed martial arts / Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fad, and via the latter, the mixed martial arts fad, many women are being indoctrinated, or rather empowered. It's all about empowerment. Empowered with this belief to the effect that, for example, a 5', 100-pound woman can clinch, take down, and knock out or choke out a 7', 500-pound man. Essentially, that size and strength doesn't matter. None of this even including guns or other weapons. Take all this and add it to the societal protection of women as still being also weak and fragile and therefore immune from physical harm from men, and the argument vaporizes. This argument is in effect saying that I, the writer of this piece, the person talking to you right now on the video, am to accept an assault from, say, Layla Ali, Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey, or Christiane Venancio, because I am bigger and stronger than them. If anybody doesn't know who those people are, Google them. Completely ignoring the fact that while I am bigger in height and weight by far, and stronger by far, and I can almost guarantee I'm faster than all four of them. I'm pretty sure I could probably beat all four of them in a race. Maybe some of them have a track background I don't know about. Anyway, one is a well-trained boxer from one, if not the greatest, boxer of all that ever lived. The other are mixed martial arts champions, much less either champions or former champions, much less champions in single arts, such as like judo or whatever. For example, judo, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, whatever. This is not including the fact that all four of them by law are walking around with hands, feet, elbows, knees, etc. that are lethal weapons, as is anyone who has a high degree of combative training, or professional or not. All of this is of no consequence. All that is seen is they're women, you're men, they assault you, you take it and don't hit them back. For anyone that will come with the "that's an extreme case and most women aren't like that," well, first, that's exactly the point. Not even in an extreme case are men finally allowed to defend themselves. Why? Because there's never a reason to hit a woman ever. Second, you don't know that most women don't go to the gym and or train in some combative art and or have weapons on them. I don't either, and I'm not in the mood for finding out by them by being their human practice bag when they decide to get emotional.